It's one thing where they need to add a little bit more detail in the instructions, and I don't know, maybe label the bags that shit comes in and go, hey, use bag 2 and modify this,
right?
You know, and not just be like, here, this is what you do. Here's a shit ton of hose,
and put them together.
Yeah,
like
figure it out. Figure it out. It should look like this when you're done.
Pretty much. All right, guys. So this is the PCB system modification, and I'm gonna tell you, it does look like a pain in the ass. We're just gonna have to read and figure it out.
With that, and we're gonna put
on the table
all of this back in here, because this shit.
This is not for that, pretty much, right?
Yeah, this is not.
This is something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is for our heater lines and all our coolant lines. We gotta modify.
So we found the PCB system that we need to modify, and it comes in a different bag. It's actually in your intake cooler, or the intake tube.
With that.
Alright, we're gonna play some of the stuff. I was just mentioning a while ago that it's actually really good to have tables. That way you can set up everything that you need, like separate all your tools. Anything that you take off of the car, you know how to separate it. And have one table specifically just for your supercharger or whatever kit you're installing. Obviously we kind of have a mess, but it still keeps everything organized and it helps out with everything.
So we definitely don't have enough tables.
Yeah, we definitely don't have enough tables because this kit is a lot.
Alright.
A lot of happening.
We go from behind. I like it from behind. Hey, big boy.
Yeah, I think this is the one that's going on the side, see? Because definitely they're not. I don't think they're really so much reusing the main hose. They're really replacing that.
Is junk, yeah. We'll need those because that's about 2 inches.
Yeah, so like. Damn, I don't know. You might want to do just 2 3/4, or I mean in 1/4.
Let's go with 2.5.
All right.
Worst case, we run by more PCBs.
This is where the garden hose will come in handy. So this one's for that.
So I'll take that. We're not going to put any clamps on it yet.
Nah.
We're just going to piece it all together. That right there, you buy some of that. When you're dealing with O-rings and hoses, like if you look at this hose here, it's kind of a tight fit, and we're going to need to pull this apart and put it back together multiple times. So you take just a little bit of that and you put it right on where you need the hose to go, and all it is it's just a light lubricant that helps slide pieces together. So now that slides in a lot easier, and if we have to pull it apart, it's still kind of a pain, but it makes it easier to slide in and come apart.
Yeah, so right now we're actually not putting any like ties on it to, to actually fully seal it. We're just locking it up again, seeing how I guess how long we need it. We're just kind of measuring up from the picture that we're looking at. Kind of just measure 2 inches, 1 inch. Oh, now the stuff that we got to cut. All right, so we got the PCB hose.
Oh, okay. So the reason you don't want to put your clamps on is because if we were to clamp this together like that, how it showed it in the picture, it would not fit, because that is where it connects to, and that's angled at a 45, and it goes to there.
So there's no clamps on it right now, so as you looked at it, he just switched that to I want to say like 180 degree.
Yeah, and that's where we're going to take this. And one end hooks there, like that, and the other end hooks there, like that.
Yeah, that's perfect, actually.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Hell yeah.
And we're back far enough where we're gonna clear everything.
Yeah.
So now, another tip. Now that we have that like that, take your marker. And now that's pretty good orientation where I want it. So I'm just gonna go through and put alignment marks on everything. So now when I pull it off, I know when my marks line up that it's going to be in the same orientation that I have it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of this shit. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty smart.
And that way, when we go to put our clamps on the bench, it'll fit first time around after we clamp it.
Nice.
I think my marker's dying.
There's another one in there.
There is?
Yeah, I bought two. Why is it dying? That was mine. I just opened that one.
I think it's just because we've been writing on grease and shit.
Oh, look at those purple things in there. So sexy. So sexy. Chubby. Chubby. Dude, we're gonna have so much bullshit footage.
Yep.
Like we're not professional.
I swear we're not gay either, but my dick just got hard again looking at those injectors.
Oh, shit.
I was just like, hey, I'm gonna take you home. Alright. Now,
All we're gonna do is just
clamp it. Now, that's still recording, right?
yeah, it's still.
Alright.
Wait, hold on. Is it? Yep.
Those are the clamps the kit comes with. That is a specialty plier tool that you need to clamp those clamps. If you don't have that and you don't know where to get one, you can go buy a tool like that. The only thing you got to be careful of is this will do the same thing and crimp it shut. It's just you don't want to squeeze too tight because that edge there will cut through the clamp. But these work just as good as these. It's just a matter of what you're more comfortable with using. So this one,
He said, "Oh."
one there.
Here, you know what you should do before you do that?
What's that?
Let's put. Oh, well, wait. No, no, don't worry about it. No, you're good.
I think we actually have other sizes.
No, really?
I think. I'm gonna
Oh, yeah,
open
they
up
do
all
look
these.
different sizes. Look. Well, this one looks like a half.
Yeah, that looks big.
This one looks like a 3/4. See?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what we want. We want a tighter fit. Alright, so that one.
Yeah, at least they send you spare ones for whatever reason.
I don't think we have any spares. I think all of these are going to be used in
Really?
some fashion or another.
Maybe this one's for the other hose. Because that other hose is thicker, actually. Let's not lose this. Where did this come from? That's from the kit, right?
Yeah,
That's badass.
and when you get done, that is what it looks like when it's all properly clamped.
Hold it like this way, so you can see it right here in the shot. See that line
Like
that he
that?
made? That's the alignment line that he made over there. That way everything fits straight and have no issues later on.
And that is what it looks like as the final assembled piece.
That's it.
That's it.
We got
I don't know how smart some of you all are that watch this, but this ground strap here goes right there. And you relocate it to that bolt hole right there. If this tab right here is plastic, you need to put this underneath that tab. But I think, feeling it, I want to say this tab is metal, so you can stick it right on top. But if for some reason, if there's a coating on this tab or anything like that, you need to either grind that coating off and get down to clean metal, or put this underneath of that bracket so you get a good ground.
Alright, so one thing that he was saying, that whenever we were looking at the pictures or the instructions for the kit, the hoses really aren't reaching, because this longer hose cannot go all the way to here.
But instead of using that curve like they have, I'm going to use that straight side like that.
Oh, okay.
And then tee it into here like that, so that way it sits more down in the engine bay. So that's why it's another cleaner look, better fitment type of thing.
There you go.
So you do reuse a lot of these factory clamps, so be sure to pay attention which clamps go where. And I did find out too that these clamps are numbered, which I didn't realize because I made the bad assumption of they had everything sorted out into the different kits, which they're actually not. So if you look very close at the clamp, I don't know if you can see that number right there.
See if I can focus on that number real quick.
Can't really focus on it. Alright, well right there by my finger, there's a number. And every clamp has the number, and this one says 25.6. In the kit, they'll tell you what number you need to use and where. And if you use the wrong number, it'll either pinch the hose too tight or you won't be able to get it on, and you'll get very frustrated, which I have done. So, pay attention to that stuff.
But that should be really good. I mean, now all we gotta do once he sets that up, I'm just gonna bolt on the intercooler for the second time and actually route the piping. I'm probably gonna put it. All right, so right now we're gonna try to install the front mount intercooler that comes on the kit. We are gonna have to take that whole front bracket, and it's using a 14mm socket. So.
God, dude, this is...
They don't want to see me broken. Why? They just want to see me broken stuff. They just want to see stories die. Why? Why you trying to shake my
Stitches.
hand?
I love
Why you
stitches.
trying to dab me up when you
Stitches.
got a smile in my face when you know that you feel the
He's like a wannabe gangster thug.
Look how clean that thing is right there. I don't know why, but I just think front mounts are so sexy. Let's install this now and reroute that tubing for your intercooler pipe. know who this band is? In This Moment?
Huh?
In This Moment?
What? Yeah. They're not called In This Moment.
Yeah.
How's Oto?
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know. This shit is hitting bad though.
Yesterday.
Yes, that is what it is. See? You guys might have to bend this little tab right here from where the bumper is because the tubing doesn't fit with it. I'm trying to bash Paxton, but
It's a very rough install, guys.
it's a very rough install, yeah.
Now that way you keep a nice smooth edge. And it's not going to be a sharp edge to hit.
There you go. That's how it looks still on the other side. Hopefully the tubing doesn't hit on the other side. Let me show you real quick what other tab we had to bend. So aside from this one, see how it's clearing right at the bottom? We had to focus on it. Clear that one right here. And bend this one. I've just bent it forward. So there's the first pipe. Alright, so this one goes like this somewhere.
Yep. Faded blue jeans. Just be tender when you go and get stuff.
Damn it. Okay, so all the tabs we need to bend. Fuck.
I keep setting shit down and then not remembering when I put it.
Dude, this is too small. Yeah, I guess that is what it is. Huh. So, at one point on this, on the driver's side, the coupler that you actually use for that, they don't tell you which one to use, but it's the, I'm assuming the 2-inch to the 3, because that side, intercooler piping on that side is a lot bigger than the one on here, because I think that's your hot side on this. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but yeah, that one fits, so we're going to see if we can put this one.